I'm Pam, I'm 60 years old, and I love to hike. In my last video, I brought you down to Horseshoe Mesa in the Grand Canyon. Walt threw out his back just before we started, and by the time we set up camp, he was in a lot of pain. We decided to wait until the next morning to choose whether to continue the hike for 4 more days or turn around and go back.
Good morning. We are making coffee.
Instant coffee, powdered milk, and hot chocolate.
And how are you this morning, Bud?
Functioning. 3 out of 8 cylinders. But I could certainly use somebody to assist me with.
Walt could barely move when he woke up, and he couldn't even tie his own boots. We decided to spend the day just enjoying the beauty of Horseshoe Mesa and then hike out the following day.
Everybody bring over their cups. Have you checked your blood sugar?
Yeah, it's 155.
Part of an old stove, I think.
Waking up to a wonderful sunrise. It's so beautiful.
Of course, we didn't have enough water for an entire extra day, so Zach offered to hike down to Page Spring and fill our water containers.
That's the miner. There's a pump over there that we'll see soon, and a tunnel, a cave. You can see all the gravel that's just strewn all over the place. Equipment in there. Look at this. There's not a lot of accessible running water. Here we go.
The water isn't safe to drink straight from the spring or the river, so it has to be purified.
1 down.
We use a solution of chlorine dioxide specifically made for hikers like us.
2 down, 1 to go. A little bit of floating debris in it, but not much.
Zach has type 1 diabetes, and one of the big things he has to watch out for is a change in his blood sugar level. He wears a continuous glucose monitor, so he always knows whether his blood sugar is high and needs insulin, or if it's dropping and he needs to eat.
Adios, springs. Gotta be careful. I have my pump site. Yeah, right here. This is my pump site. They rub against each other sometimes, and that really irritates the pump site. Cool. Occlusion alarm. Well, good thing I don't need to give myself insulin.
When he got back to camp, Zach had an astonishing offer that would help Walt even more.
Zach is headed up. It is 12:30. He's going to take 30 pounds, leave it up at the car, come back with an empty pack. You're awesome, Zach. You got sugar, you got liquid, you got car keys, you got your phone.
After Zach left, Walt and I realized we still didn't have enough water to make it through the next day hiking out, so I decided to refill water containers 1 more time, after a nap.
We are crashed out in our tent right now, and we sent Zachary up to the top.
I'm most of the way up, and my quad started cramping, so I am stopped. I had grapefruit juice. My blood sugar is 141.
I am going down to Page Spring. There's the trail. And there's zip down.
I'm really most of the way there. I mean, we'll see if I have enough juice in me to go back, and I'm gonna hope that I can actually do it. That is where Mom and Dad are.
There, just a couple of minutes ago.
By the time Zach returned from the rim and I came back up from Page Spring, we were all too exhausted to do much more than just eat dinner and go to bed.
We are having our coffee. Not the highest peak to the right, but the next one, right in the middle of the screen, that is Grandview Point.
Zach and I agreed that we couldn't go back up without at least exploring Horseshoe Mesa.
Okay, move your arms. Nice.
So we decided to hike out to the western tip. From the furthest edge of Horseshoe Mesa, we could see the Colorado River, even if we wouldn't be able to touch it on this trip. And besides, the view is stunning. Then we hurried back to camp so we could pack our gear and start the hike out to make it back up to the south rim before sundown. All the Grand Canyon backcountry trails began as animal trails or Native American paths using natural features like fault lines or creek beds. Grandview Trail is the exception and was built by hand in just 7 months, helped by some well-placed dynamite on the highest cliffs. Log cribbing supports sections of the trail that hang from those cliffs. Native logs of juniper or ponderosa pine are laid in a cross-hatched pattern and filled in with rubble or cobblestone.
The tree, and Zach pushed off the trail.
Long stretches of hand-laid cobblestone were made from local sandstone and held in place by iron spikes or large rocks. They provided a stable surface for the daily mule trains that hauled copper from the mine at Horseshoe Mesa. The steepest portion of Grandview Trail has a whopping 31 switchbacks.
What a view.
There's the top.
And it is indeed a grand view. The log cribbing is also used for parts of the trail itself. This log cribbing and cobblestone is unique among all the trails in the Grand Canyon.
Nice, you were filming the whole thing, huh?
Where are you from?
Tel Aviv, Israel. All right, well, let's finish this thing, huh?
We did it! Grand Canyon. And believe it or not, I went back to work the next day to a chair massage from my friend Shauna.
We'll be doing this again.